Hello YouTube. We're on the next day now, so it's probably part 4 of the build. Coming along quite nicely. Bit of a challenge last night getting bearings in and fitting bits where there'd been overspray on the paint. But I think we're getting there. Bike is starting to look like a bike, and quite happy with how it's looking. Let me give you a quick walkthrough. Okay, so as I said, it's starting to look like a bike. So let's start at the top. As I said, I'd managed to get one of these dropper posts from Tag. The lever feels quite nice. Got to run the cable in and adjust it up, make that all nice and tight so that there's no overhanging cable. Fitted the bars and the stem, new headset in there. Forks are in. As you can see, the graphics look real moto. I think they look quite good. I hadn't got all of the right mounting brackets for the rotor, for the front disc and the rear disc, so I had to make up stuff with what I had. So I might need to have a look at that when it's built, just make sure it's not vibrating and that everything holds steady. But they're fitted on okay. As you can see on 29er, it actually looks quite nice. It looks like it's quite well balanced. I'm quite pleased with that. So the guides are fitted, bars are on, everything happy from that end. All the shock and rear seat and chainstay are all in. As you can see, again, made up with a couple of post mounts to get the brake where it needed to be, but that looks all right. Yeah, so really quite pleased with how things are going. The motor cases arrived today, so I thought I was going to have a bit of a delay putting the motor in with no cases to go on it, but that's arrived today, so that's all right. So things that are left to do: cut the rear or the gear cable that needs cutting down to size and threading up. I'm hoping that the inner that's already in my shifter is the right length, because I'm going to shorten the cables. They were really long before. If that fits, that's quite nice. I haven't got a piss about there. Rear brake, the hydraulic hose needs fitting back through here. It's going to be a bit of a faff, I'm sure, but I think I'll run a thin cable in from the other side and pull it through with that, and that needs bleeding up. I've got the handlebar mounted shifter, which didn't come on this model, and I know I'd seen a few people with these remote Garmin ones that are pretty pants really. So I've bought the later electronic one that plugs into the motor. The only problem is, on these frames there isn't actually a hole for the cable to go through. So what I did before it went to paint, if you can see this, I filed a nice little slot in here which is just the right size for the cable. So the cable will sit in there and the battery will then fit without chopping it off, and then I'll just attach it to the cables that run down the inside of the frame, and that should be quite a neat job. It can follow the brake line through to there and just drop round that little bit and then feed in. So I think that'll be quite neat. As I said last night, the colour and everything I'm really pleased with. The graphics came through nice, and the really good colour match between the graphic and the paint to protect it a little bit. So I think Jason's done a great job for me there, and yeah, it's looking quite good. I'm quite pleased and looking forward to getting on. I've had a bit of a clean up tonight, so that's me for tonight, but I'm pleased with how it's going, and watch this space for the finished build over the next couple of days. See you later.